What is up, YouTube? This is Sitcom Reviews here, and today we're gonna talk about House of Payne. So, House of Payne is a Tyler Perry sitcom that came out from 2007 to 2012. So, yeah, House of Payne. Let's talk about it. So, recently, House of Payne had House of Payne is technically a sitcom by Tyler Perry. Goddamn. I'll show you what it is. I can't really. It's about a fire chief and a family man who is a family man. You know, like the first season was basically about CJ being on his own due to his ex-wife, current wife, Janine, going on crack. So Janine was a crackhead. So that was basically the whole first season. CJ being single, and he dated that crazy lunatic principal. And then season 2 was basically about CJ once again being single. No, it's actually about Curtis. I can't fucking explain it. How am I supposed to explain something that is so years ago? I'll show you what House of Payne is. So, if you guys don't know what House of Payne is, I'll show you.
Hey, Uncle Curtis. Shh, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Shit. Sorry. This thing is so fucking slow, I swear to God. Anyway, it's loading. So, here, I'll show you what House of Payne is, guys. House of Payne, because I love House of Payne, to tell you the truth. I love it way more than Meet the Browns. So yeah, Atlanta firefighter Curtis Pops Payne thinks his house is a castle, but he needs bigger moat. His nephew CJ and kids have invaded the place for an extended stay, and money-challenged son Calvin also shows up, mainly around mealtime and on laundry day. Thankfully, Curtis has a loving but no-nonsense wife, Ella, to help him and keep it together. So yeah, this is House of Payne. This is House of Payne. Hold on, let me show. Hold on. Yeah, 8 seasons. So shouldn't it come back for a 9th season? The articles say it's coming back for a 7th season, but there's already a 7th season. I don't know. I could be wrong. So this is House of Payne. This is House of Payne. To tell you the truth. This is House of Payne. That's House of Payne. But I'm gonna show you a video on what House of Payne really is.
Hey, Uncle Curtis. Shh, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Doing what?
Reading the newspaper. Okay, we'll leave you alone. But let me show you the card trick I learned from school. What the hell are you doing playing cards in school? You can't gamble at home. I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna be fooled by your little card trick foolery.
Yeah, he's right, Malik. I would be scared too if I got tricked by a little kid.
Hey. Ain't nobody scared of little kids, little girl.
Let Malik do the trick.
Fine. And I tell you what, to show you little rats that I ain't afraid, we can put a little $20 wager on it. All right. Make sure that's real. Excuse me. You get the real 20 after you win the bet. Oh. Now, pick a card. Can you loosen up so I can get one? You already starting with that mess. See, that's how y'all do it. Look at it. Now put it back in the deck. Turn your head. Okay. This will be this one. Was your card the Ace of Spades? What the? How'd you do that?
It's magic.
Now, give me my $20. Yeah, take your $20, but I know you cheated. I'm gonna figure it out. Hey. What's up, everybody? Hey,
showed Uncle Curtis a new trick that we learned at school.
Oh, did you?
So, do you want to see it?
You can't hustle a hustler.
Well, if you're so sure, then bet $20.
Okay, you're on. All right. Pick a card. Any card? Any card. Look at it. Okay. Put it back in the deck. I'll come in. Was your card the Ace of Spades? Dang. I got played by my little cousin. Wait a minute. Your card was the Ace of Spades? These are all Ace of Spades. It's a trick deck. You little hustlers. And you will give me my money back.
All right, so that's House of Pain. And then 1 year ago, so yeah, the series so far was funny, really. So this is, then they came out with this meh sequel, The Pains. I'll show you only a little bit, cause like to be honest,
Look here, man. I'm gonna go get my girl and I'm leaving. All right?
I don't think she's gonna go.
Oh no.
Well, yeah. If you don't know House of Pain, like I said, this video isn't directly for you, but this video is my thoughts on the series coming back. Well, at first I was confused. I'm like, what happened to the Pains? Like the spin-off, the one that I just showed you. Like at first I'm like, what happened to the spin-off? But the first time I heard this news was when I was searching through Instagram, and then I saw, because I followed the actress that played Janine on Instagram, and then she posted an article saying about House of Pain coming back, and I'm like, I gotta search it up, I gotta see if it was real, and turns out it's real, guys, it's real, it's literally in the article. So the first time I think about it, my thoughts was like, what happened to that spin-off that they pretty much released? Because like, aren't they still making the show? But then I saw the air date, and I'm like, oh, it got canceled back in 2018. Okay, all right. Like I was literally confused. I'm like, what happened to the Pains? Probably Tyler Perry saw the Pains rating. He's like, man, I don't think the Pains is doing well with like a lot of people. Maybe we should bring back the original show. And to tell you the truth, he should have brought back the original show. I mean, at the right time. I mean, I get everyone was busy back then, but like, the Pains, to tell you the truth, was kind of a waste of time. It really was kind of a waste. Because let's be honest, everyone was hoping that they get to see the old characters again, like CJ, Calvin, Janine, Jasmine, Malik. Hell, even Calvin's sons and the twins, CJ and Janine's twins. Like, everybody were only tuning in to see these characters again after 20 years later. And then once they're gone, everyone just stopped watching. Like, the Pains just wasn't as good as House of Pain. It still doesn't hold the candle to the original show. What made the original show so special was the cast and their chemistry is what brings the show alive. It's not because of Tyler Perry's writing and comedy. It's basically the cast together as these characters is what made the show special. So that's why a lot of people tuned in for the Pains to see these characters again. But after when they're gone back to Atlanta, everybody stopped watching. Like, everyone stopped watching. So the Pains was just literally a waste of time. So seeing how they brought back House of Pain, I'm not surprised they're going back to bring the show back again. But the thing is, if they want to, here's the thing I want them to address when they bring the show back. For starters, I want them to talk about Calvin and Miranda's divorce. If you've seen the last episode of House of Pain from 7 years ago, the last episode ended with Miranda telling Calvin that she was going to divorce him. And since then, everybody was scratching their heads like, what happened to Calvin and why did Miranda divorce him? To tell you the truth, I didn't like Calvin and Miranda together, to be honest. I feel like it was only because Miranda was treating him like a child, and like Calvin kind of deserved better. To be honest, he should have ended up with Tracy or hell, even Mercedes. Like Mercedes, man, Mercedes. But no, the writers had to put, Miranda and Calvin together, which was so stupid. It was like a toxic relationship, but whatever. So yeah, that's the one thing I want them to address. I want them to address Calvin's divorce with Miranda. Hell, even bring up Miranda. So, that's the thing I want them to bring up. Another thing is, are they bringing back, like Curtis's sister and the Nyla and her kids? Are they gonna bring them back? Like the characters from the PAYNE spinoff, are they gonna bring them back? Another thing is, I hope it would be funny as hell, like it was 12 years ago. And another thing, this better be like the Roseanne reboot, but don't give it any chances. So that's what the main thing I want them to address was the divorce with Miranda. That's what I want them to address. I felt like they kind of ignored it in the PAYNEs. I mean, it's already been established that Calvin is single, but like I wanted them to like name drop Miranda, but whatever. Maybe in this revival we'll get it. Hell, I wonder if Calvin still has his son, like Christian and Calvin Jr. That's the one thing I want them to bring back as well in this new revival. So yeah, guys, this is my thoughts on House of Pain coming back. If you're a House of Pain fan, leave your guys' thoughts down below. See you guys next time.